Luke chapter 19, 45 through 48. Christ in the temple. And I was thinking about how I used to work with this guy named Bill. And he always had something about, the church I went to, because he knew the pastor and he knew the pastor's history or whatever. And I used to tell him, my pastor ain't ashamed of his past. He told us about his past and what he used to do, in his past life before he got saved. And, if you ain't never been through that, you can't tell nobody nothing. But he would always laugh it off, and he was like, yeah, I know him. But they just brought me back to another thing he used to talk about how churches are like liquor stores. It's one on every corner. And he says it's just a business. So his words just make me think about how a lot of people think about churches and the business aspect of it, as far as like people that choose not to go because they think it's just a business, and people out there trying to get money and make their families wealthy, and while the church members are giving their tithes and offerings and they're still poor, and and stuff like, it's not funny, but yeah. But he used to say it to me all the time because he knew the pastor of the church that I used to go to. And it just made me think how, reading this, how Jesus had to go in the temple and tell them, y'all, you done turned my house into a den of thieves. And it was upsetting, and as much as I used to reject how Bill used to be talking about the churches and stuff, but I finally came to the realization that a lot of churches that have come up and preachers and stuff, they're in it for the business aspect of it, the money, and not for the saving of the soul. So what do you guys think? There are a lot that still, Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized, and filled with the Holy Ghost. But what about the ones that are not, that are leading their members to hell?